Hey guys, this is Jessica Gutierrez with Clean With Me podcast. This is a podcast where I walk you through cleaning your house step by step. So let's clean together. Hey everybody, so today's going to be an outer area speed clean or rescue. And what I mean by that, if you're new here, is for an outer areas, I mean your kitchen area in your living room and entryway. So let's get right to it. First things first, what motivates me to clean, for some reason, I am completely unproductive if I never get ready in some capacity. Now, I don't mean doing full glam face and makeup or something, but if I change my clothes and put my hair up or something like that, just get ready in some way, it makes me more productive. So whatever you do that makes you want to clean or productive, everybody's got different things. Mine is I have to get ready in some capacity, and I like lighting candles and opening my windows. That gets me motivated and off my butt, if you will. So once you do that, even though this is a speed clean, if you're like me and you have a never-ending pile of laundry, we're still going to want to do a load of laundry before our speed clean. So let's go ahead and do a laundry switch. So let's move the clothes from the washer to the dryer and from the dryer to a laundry basket, and we'll fold those after the episode. And for me, if I do not fold things when they come out of the dryer, they never get folded for 10 years. So that's something that I used to struggle with, and now I'm really good about, and I take great pride in the fact that me and my husband are really good about folding stuff when they come out of the laundry now, because I never used to do that. Well, strike that. I go through phases. I was really good about it for a short period of time, then I was terrible about it and had to dig through a laundry basket every time I was looking for something. Or a pile of laundry. And then recently I got super tired of doing that again, and I'm like, why did I revert back to this digging through a laundry pile? So I am really good about organizing my clothes. And I also, if you have been regularly listening to my episodes, you'll know I recently did like an overhaul of my clothes and my dresser drawers. So that also motivated me to keep it organized. So I've been working really hard at folding stuff when they come out of the laundry, and I would encourage you to try to do the same, because it sure does save a lot of time. It seems like a pain when you're doing it, but let me tell you, does it save time to be able to see everything you own? And I mean, what a waste of money and resources to not be able to see and wear everything you own. Nobody likes, having 15 shirts that you haven't seen in years, and then you dig through your laundry and you're like, oh, I could have worn that, been wearing that instead of buying all new clothes. Or, I had 15 bras in the bottom of my closet that I could have been wearing instead of buying new ones and spending hundreds of dollars. Stuff like that. I want to be able to see all my clothes, know what I have, know what I need to get rid of. So I've definitely been working on that within myself and trying to get my stuff more organized as far as laundry wise and keeping it organized. But that's not what the episode's about today. We're doing the speed clean. So once you're done with your laundry switch, let's go ahead and head to the kitchen. Now, if you are an avid listener, you'll know that I tend to repeat some stuff, but I mean, cleaning in general is pretty repetitive, and I can't stress these things enough. And the reason why I repeat a lot of the stuff I do is because with me, I need a constant reminder to do certain things or it doesn't get done. So think of me as your personal chore list, and I'm just here as a reminder to do certain things that you may not think of on your own, or maybe you wouldn't do unless I mentioned it. So just use me as your little helper to help you and remind you to keep up with certain things. And if I say something and you think to yourself, well, I have like really backed up dishes right now and I'm not going to be able to get to all that, just make a mental note or write it down on a list. I'm really big on actual physical written down lists that I put on my refrigerator, because it just helps me really lock that in. And I feel like if I write it down, for some reason it means more than than if I just say it to myself, because I will see that reminder every time I go to the refrigerator, which is a lot, and I'll be more inclined to do that thing if I write it down. So if I ever say something and you're like, I need to do that, but I don't really have the time right now during this episode to do it, either go back and re-listen to me or write it down on a list and get to it at your earliest convenience. Okay, so first things first, let's go ahead and empty our dish rack or dishwasher. And for years, I lived in a house that did not have a dishwasher or a garbage disposal. So I just had a very large dish rack. And when I had an overhaul of dishes that I did not keep up on, I would have a dish rack and a towel on the counter full of dishes. And there was many a time where I had that. And I also have kind of a large family, especially when my stepdaughters are over. So no shame. If you have super backed up dishes and that's all you get done today, then that is awesome. And that's one less thing you have to worry about. And I mean, the main thing you want to get done before leaving your house is definitely food stuff, because you don't want to get ants, you don't want to get bugs, gnats, all that stuff, super irritating and gross. So, and you don't want your dishes getting gross and the food going bad and then it starts to stink, and we don't want any of that. So if you get anything done today, try to get the dishes done if you have really backed up dishes. But we're going to try to do a whole outer area rescue. But absolutely no judgment if you're having a bad dish day. So be emptying your dishes, and then we're going to work on our pre-rinsing after we're done emptying everything. And I like, during the pre-rinsing phase, I like to see if I have any major pots or pans that have like stuff really stuck on. And then I would leave those to soak while I'm doing the other things. If that needs to be done, or if it's super, super bad, I could boil it with some salt and water on the stove just to get all that stuff up if it's really super bad, and then go on with my pre-rinsing. So once you're done putting everything up, and while you're putting your dishes up, this is a speed cleaning episode, so we're not going to get really into deep cleaning any cabinets or anything, but if you're noticing that your cabinets are really cluttered and out of hand, then just jot that down on a notepad to get to when you're doing your deep cleaning, when you have time and you're not trying to get out the door. And I say getting out the door because I do these episodes in the morning, but a lot of times, and what I feel best about, is doing my cleaning before bed. And that's ideally what I want to do, mostly because I'm not a super big morning person anymore. I used to be, but my mornings, I like to wake up early, but I like to wake up early so I can sit down and stare at a wall for a good amount of time so I can prepare myself for the day, because that's just something I like to do in the morning. I like to give myself proper time to sit down and just contemplate my day. And some may call it meditation. I just call it mentally preparing for life. And while I'm talking, go ahead and start that pre-rinsing. If you are hand washing your dishes, I like to start with utensils and cups first. Cups, utensils. Some people do utensils last because they're at the bottom of the dish, the sink and everything. But I like to do it first just because we eat off of them, and we eat off all our dishes. You know what I mean. I like to do the cups first because they're the less greasy things, and then I move on to bigger and bigger things, and then do the pots and pans last. But if you're loading a dishwasher, you can start that. If you're hand washing, you can start with the cups and be doing that while I talk. So just be doing the dishes. And what I was talking about is, in previous episodes, I talked about how I started getting up just 10 minutes earlier, setting my alarm 30 minutes earlier, just 10 minutes earlier at a time. I saw it on another cleaning thing, I think it was Fly Lady, about getting up 10, 20, 30 minutes before you usually do or you have to do, so that A, you're not stressed out in the mornings, B, you have that time to just contemplate life, meditate, if you will, and just have time with yourself. C, you have time to do things like make your bed, pack lunches, get clothes ready if you didn't do it the night before, which getting stuff ready the night before, like I said, I like to do my cleaning the night before, laying out clothes and lunches and stuff the night before. If you guys have small kids, I know some of you are in that phase of life, that is huge, especially if you've got older kids, teenagers, making them do that, because nothing is more stressful than getting up in the morning and everybody is just, I can't find this, I can't find that, or doing it to yourself. I mean, how many times have I not been able to find my keys and made myself last minute for work? I have this thing where I get super stressed out if I'm late at all, so I do get up really early, but I hate being last minute. I hate being late. And how annoying is it when I just did it this morning. I'm going to tell on myself and still be working on those dishes while I talk, but I just did it this morning. I could not find my shirt for work, and I searched everywhere. I had just done all my laundry, so it couldn't have been in the laundry, and I could not find my shirt. And if I would have just gotten my shirt ready the night before and done all that the night before, I wouldn't be freaking out, stressing out, cursing, and everything else because I couldn't find my shirt, and I ended up having to give up, and I'm just going to borrow one from a coworker. But how annoying is that? And I did it to myself. So that just definitely solidified in my brain that you need to get your stuff ready the night before so you're not stressing out and so you can have a peaceful morning, because it really does set the tone for the rest of your day. On the days that I have everything ready to go, planned out, I don't get a call from my husband asking, where's my daughter's this, where's my daughter's school uniform, shoes, what have you, because I set it out. I have all my stuff for work ready to go. I'm out the door. I don't have to search for anything. Everything's just ready. I get to stare at my wall for 30 minutes. I get to do my morning little chores that I do. I get to make my cup of coffee. Those days I have a great day because my start of my day, my foundation was awesome, and I didn't have to freak out in the morning. My day will be completely just unhinged if something as simple as losing my shirt today completely threw me out of whack. So that's definitely something that I am working on personally in my life. And like I said, these podcasts are definitely to help you, but they're also almost a personal diary to myself of stuff that I am working on, that I need to do better. And I'm hoping that you guys benefit from that, and I'm hoping that you can identify with some of the problems that I have and think about how that relates to you and how you can better your morning routine in your days. And of course, not all of you have the same phase of life as me. Some of you have small children, but they're not in school, and you just have a homeschooling situation, or maybe you have little babies. And still, a morning routine, a bedtime routine, having your stuff ready for the day the next day still really, really, really helps have your day go smoothly. Because I was a stay-at-home mom for many years, and even if you're just retired or not working right now and you're at home all day without children, having a routine is really good for your mental health, because if you don't have structure to your day, if you don't have anything planned, a certain routine, it's really going to throw everything out of whack. And there were times where my kids were real little and I had no routine, and I got really depressed because I needed that structure of I didn't have a job, and I didn't have certain times where I had to do things necessarily. So I really had to work on having a set schedule and routine, because if the baby's not on a routine, if I don't have any structure, it really threw things out of whack, and it really did not help my mental health at all. So if you're not getting finished with the dishes by this time, no worries. Like I said, if all you do today is the dishes, then more power to you. I know that I've had those days where my dishes were completely crazy. So definitely no judgment there. If all you finish is the dishes, then that is completely fine. I'm going to move on to other areas of the kitchen now. You can pause me, rewind me, or you can just clean along with me and continue to do the dishes, or you can do what I'm doing. But I'm going to go ahead and move on to throwing away trash now. So we're going to do things a little bit differently this time. Since we're doing a speed cleaning episode, we just finished our dishes. I'm going to go ahead and throw away the trash for the kitchen area and the living areas all at once. So I want you to just do a quick little zoom around your house and just throw away every bit of trash that doesn't belong, old food containers, what have you. Throw everything in the trash, in the living area, just everything you can find, entryway, what have you. My friend just told me the other day that she is really clean, and she's definitely somebody that I look up to as far as housekeeping. She has 5 kids. Some of them are step, but they're with her the majority of the time. And let me tell you, she keeps her house immaculate. And she's cleaning 24/7. Everybody's priorities are different, but she seems to get it all done, okay? And I definitely take tips from her, and a lot of stuff I say on the podcast is from her, and a lot of stuff I implement in my life is because of stuff that she does, because she definitely knows what she's doing. So it really was a big compliment the other day when she told me, she was like, you may think I'm good at cleaning, but nobody cleans faster and in a hurry as you. And I said, well, that's not really a good thing. It's because I'm usually trying to speed clean because somebody's about to come to my house and I put things off, and I'm doing a last minute speed cleaning session. So that's why I'm good at that. So it's not necessarily a good thing. But in this case scenario, in this episode, it's a good thing. So I'm going to use my speed cleaning skills and bestow them on you. And these skills, be throwing away the trash while I talk, these skills come out of desperation, because I get a phone call, hey, I'm on my way to your house. I'll be there in 15 minutes from whoever I care about, that what they think of me or whatever. And then I am just zooming and trying to get my house to look as good as possible, super fast. So that's what we're doing right now. But we're not going to stuff. We're not going to make anything harder for us. We're not going to put things where they don't belong. We're just going to do the cosmetic things first and try to make it look good first. But the dishes, we still needed to be done. Now, on another day, I'll talk about if somebody's coming over and you have an emergency where you need it to look good and you have dishes in the sink, and how to hide those. But we're trying to be productive and actually clean this time. So let's not talk about that. We're going to do the flight of the bumblebee thing and just run. After we're done throwing away all the trash, we're going to get everything that doesn't belong out of the kitchen area and the living area, and we're just going to put that away. So if there's a bunch of toys, just throw those in the toy box. If there is stuff on your counter, hotspot, that doesn't belong, bunch of mail, let's say there's just knickknacks, stuff that we've accumulated from our day. When you get off work, we throw all our stuff on the kitchen counter. Let's put all that stuff away where it goes. Even though we're doing a speed cleaning and we're going super quickly, we don't want to throw things where they don't belong. So still try to do that. But we're just going to put everything away where they belong, in the kitchen area and in the living area, and just speed around doing that really quickly. And while you're doing that, we want to try to fluff our pillows and in our kitchen area as we're putting stuff away. If we see any large appliances like a crock pot or something like that, blenders that need to be washed that you maybe forgot about when you started your dishwasher, or any just large appliances that are sitting out on the counter that can go and get put away in a cabinet and not take up counter space, go ahead and try to put that away now. We're just putting away everything that does not belong and putting it in their proper place as quickly as possible, closing drawers, closing cabinets, and then we're going to go to the wipe down phase once you're done with that. So quickly finish up putting everything away, fixing rugs, just making your little adjustments, and then we're going to go wipe down crazy. So I have these big things of throwaway rags. My husband's job makes him buy large amounts of these throwaway cleaning rags because he does crime scene cleanup. So he's got stockpiled a bunch of those rags, and sometimes he'll bring a couple bags home for me to keep in the cabinet, and we just have those for cleaning. So I either use those if I don't have Clorox wipes, or if I use Clorox wipes. Sometimes for the more heavy duty stuff, I definitely like using those throwaway white rags. So I'm going to grab those, and I'm just going to go wipe down crazy once we put everything away. And if you're still putting stuff away, you can rewind me or pause me while you finish that up, or you can just go with the flow and keep cleaning to me. So let's get our rags or our Clorox wipes or whatever it is we like to use. If you're using rags, you can use a spray or just soap and water. I like to use more natural cleaning spray when I'm doing it in the kitchen, because those surfaces my kids are eating off of. If you have a dining room too, that's included in the outer areas. I just didn't mention it because I don't have a dining room. I have a very small house right now. But if you have a little dining area, my dining area is these little desks that my kids eat at, because I have a super tiny house, but that's included in the wipe down. So if you have a high chair, dining room table, kitchen cabinets, kitchen countertops, we're just going to wipe down anything and everything in sight. So let's go wipe down crazy. Don't forget your faucet, your sink. Make sure you clean out your sink. Make sure there's no leftover food or anything from when we did the dishes, because that's going to get gross later if we leave it. Wipe down our refrigerator, outside of the refrigerator, any countertops all over. If we see any crazy splatters behind the stove, grease stains, we want to get those off, even though it's a speed clean, because those are really going to stain. If you cook a lot, you know what I'm talking about. You get those grease splatters on the back of the stove, and you want to clean that up. If you have a TV stand, you want to wipe that down. Don't spray anything directly on your TV. Anything any tables, if you have a dining room table. I have a big ottoman in the center of my living area that is actually made out of like this velvet kind of cloth material, but it does get dirty because I've got little kids' sticky fingers that touch it. So there's little spots sometimes. So I'll just get soap and water and just spot clean it real quickly when I'm doing my whole house wipe down. That's just part of my routine. But if you have a dining room table, you might want to wipe that down really quickly. I like doing my monthly and quarterly decorative little knickknacks and whatnot. So I will fix those while I'm doing my wipe down. As I'm picking it up to wipe stuff down, I'll adjust them and make sure they look nice, because my kids like to move around my little knickknacks. Which, side note, while you're doing your wiping down, I probably mentioned this before, but Dollar Tree has really cute, cheap, decorative stuff for every holiday, every little dumb holiday. And so they have really cute signs and stuff. So what I've been doing is I'll spend like $25 tops in Dollar Tree and get the cutest little knickknacks for every holiday. And it's really fun for the kids, and it motivates me to keep the house looking nice. Because it's just, for me, I don't know, but having little knickknacks and decorations helps me to take pride in my house. So I took all my Christmas decorations down this month, at the beginning of the month, and then I put up Valentine's Day stuff, which most people don't decorate for Valentine's Day because who has the money for that, right? But if you go to Dollar Tree, spend $20, get these cute little sparkly heart signs, and they're tasteful. Like, it's not everyone's cup of tea, I'm sure, but they're cute. And then I get these little knickknacks. I got these little gnomes with these little heart hats, because Dollar Tree has a $5 aisle now, and they have these little gnomes with these little pink hats with hearts on them, and they're so cute. These little stuffed gnomes, Viking gnomes. I'll post a picture of them in my Patreon when I get home, but super cute. And a little thing of fake roses, and then these little heart decorations. Anyway, so I'll fix my little knickknacks. Definitely a good idea. Just if you like decorating for every little holiday like I do, and it's something you take pride in, and you don't have a lot of money to spend, definitely check that out. Five Below too has a couple little cheap decorating things too. I found this really good rug at Five Below that I literally use in my house all the time, and it matched my stuff perfectly. So definitely check out Five Below. Sometimes they have good throw blankets too, for those of us balling on a budget. So moving on, once you're done getting wiped down crazy, if you have some extra time and the inside of your refrigerator needs a little wipe down rescue, you could do that at this time as well. And I've mentioned this before. I will keep mentioning it because this has definitely worked for me. Before your grocery trip, take all of the stuff out that's expired, check your refrigerator, do a wipe down of your entire refrigerator, make sure it's all clean, have it a family affair if you have older kids, or younger kids, or just, people that live in your house, roommates, husband, wife, whatever, and just have everybody throw stuff away, take some drawers out if you need to do that, and clean them in the sink, dry them, put them back. That way, when you come back with the groceries, you could just throw them in the refrigerator, and then there's not a bunch of junk accumulating, and it doesn't become this big, giant mess, and it keeps you regularly cleaning out your refrigerator, because we get groceries once a week, once every 2 weeks, depending on your family size and your schedule and whatnot. But yeah, that means you're regularly cleaning out your refrigerator for every time you get the groceries. So I just thought I'd throw that in there. I've mentioned that many times before, but it's literally been a game changer for me. I always struggled keeping my refrigerator clean, but now I get all those leftovers and expired stuff out every time I do my grocery shopping, and my refrigerator is always clean now. And now when I'm about to do my grocery trip, I have like a couple things to wipe down, because things get dirty with kids, but it's definitely not a huge chore anymore and a huge ordeal, because I do it so regularly now. I'm keeping up with it, and it's always clean. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do for our cleaning rescue, we've got our dishwasher running, we've got the whole house wiped down, ideally. Now, if you need to restart this episode and do it again because I didn't quite give you enough time, that is completely fine. If you need to pause me, that's fine. But I'm going to move on to the next thing. We've got everything wiped down, picked up, put away, dishwasher running, sink wiped down. We're going to do a quick spot sweep or vacuum, or if you have a little hand vac, you can hand vacuum up the edges of your kitchen or whatever. I use my little hand vacuum for everything. I even got my mom one for Christmas because she didn't have one yet, but can you believe that? I mean, she was using the little attachment for her big vacuum, but how inconvenient is that, right? So I gave her a handheld one. They have cheap ones on Amazon or Walmart or Target. So I just do a little sweep of the kitchen. If you have time to do a whole sweep, mop, a whole shebang, then do that at this time or when I'm done with the episode. If you just want to do a quick little sweep and vacuum when I'm done with the episode, great. If you don't have time for all that and you just want to do a little spot vacuum, you can do that with the hand vacuum. But definitely, if you have time, just do a quick vacuum and sweep of your entire outer areas. Make sure that your rug in your entryway is clean. If you need to pound it on something outside to get all the dust out, you could do that, or just give it a quick vacuum. And that will close up the outer areas. Oh, one last thing. Don't forget to take out the trash. That's a big one. We don't want to leave trash if we're doing whatever we're doing, because that'll stink up the house. So if your trash is full, make sure you take that out and replace the bag. If you have any pet chores that you need to do when the episode's over, like cleaning litter box, feeding your dog, throwing their stuff from their crate, my dog crate, he has like blankets in his crate. Sometimes at least once, twice a week, I'll throw those in the wash. So you could put those in the laundry room, feed the fish, whatever pet chores you have. And that will conclude the outer areas. And then we're just going to do a quick bathroom straighten just to end the episode. So let's go ahead and go to their restrooms, and if everybody just got ready in the morning, it might be dirty. If you need to delegate this to your big kids, if you have big kids, you can do that. I like to get my little ones, I have a 5 and a 3 now, and since they're older, I like to get them involved. You guys have been through a lot with me in a lot of different phases, and now that my kids are a little older, they like to help doing chores and stuff. My daughter even wrote her own morning routine, and she can only write her name right now, but she like scribbled a little chore list and wrote a morning routine and posted it in her room. It was hilarious. And she's like, I have to do my morning routine chores, Mom, which made me proud because she's trying to be like Mama. Which also means I've come a long way, because if my daughter sees me doing morning routine stuff like that, I was so uncoordinated at the beginning of this parenting thing, and I do not have all the answers, and I'm definitely not the best parent, mom, housekeeper in the world by any means, but I am trying my best. I can definitely say that I try my hardest. So that makes me proud that at least she thinks I'm coordinated in some capacity. But anyway, moving on. So the bathroom, just if you need to wash your hand towel, you could throw that in the laundry room and replace it. If you need to stock it with toilet paper, you could do that at this time. I like to get some Clorox wipes and just do a quick little wipe down of the toilet and the countertops. Obviously, countertops first. I like to use Clorox wipes just because they're disposable, but you can use whatever as long as you keep them separate from your other household rags and stuff. But I like to use the Clorox wipes. I like to get some paper towel and Windex and just wipe down the mirror really quickly, and then I like to just clean off the faucet, make sure there's no toothpaste splatters or anything, clean off the sink quickly, get any knickknacks or junk or clothes out of the bathroom that do not belong, and do a quick little sweep. That's any toys that are in the shower or bathtub. I like to just put those in the little shower toy box I have. I have a little tiny plastic bin for their little shower toys. So I like to just put those in, consolidate everything, make sure I get all of the clothes out and put those in the laundry room. And it's just to straighten. We're not deep cleaning the bathroom. We're just making it look nice. And then after I'm done wiping down the countertops and everything, I like to just give a little once over to the toilet. With the Clorox wipes, you can be as thorough or quick as you want because we're just doing a speed clean. If the bathroom trash needs to be taken out, I will do that quickly. And I mentioned before, I like to have a larger bathroom trash can in the trash can with a lid, just because I'm lazy and I don't take out my bathroom trash very often, and I like having the lid so it doesn't stink or anything. And it's more discreet, to have a lid on your bathroom trash. I have teenage girls. You can imagine what gets thrown away, and that way everything's private. And then I also, if you have a larger restroom, I keep a laundry basket in there so that teenagers and stuff don't have to go very far when they take off their dirty clothes after they take a shower. They don't get thrown on the floor. They get thrown in the laundry basket. I mean, that's the idea anyway. Do they actually do it? My daughters do, because they're pretty clean, but you know how teenagers are. But it's a good idea to have that in there so you don't have to go very far. And that's going to wrap up our speed cleaning session, outer area rescue. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget about the laundry that we put in. If you have time to do a whole house floor clean, like I said, you can do that now at the end of the episode. Or if you need to take your trash out to the dumpster, maybe you changed the bag but you didn't take it all the way to the dumpster, you could do that at this time. And then once you're done, if you have time to fold those clothes, try to do that before you leave and just do a quick laundry switch, throw everything in the dryer and that was in the washer, and then you can sit back and fold those clothes if you have time. If you do not, Make sure you do it as soon as you get home today. That way they don't just sit there and put the clothes away in an organized manner, so you're not making more work for yourself later on in life. Thank you guys so much for listening today. I hope you got something out of it. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Like I said, I'm kind of talking to myself when I do these. I'm talking about what I'm personally struggling with, what's helped me, and I hope that you can glean something from it and apply it, and I hope you got your outer areas looking presentable, and I hope you guys have a great Wednesday. As always, happy cleaning.